Kia ora, my name is Robyn Shears and this is my first assignment for the Digital and Collaborative Learning in Context paper for the November 2015 intake of MindsLab. I am the Deputy Principal at Glenbrook Primary School in Franklin. We are a rural school with 240 students, but are expected to grow to twice this size in the next 4 years because of a large subdevelopment. We have 11 full-time class teachers and 3 permanent relievers who work between 1 and 3 days a week. The range of experience in our teaching staff is from 9 months to over 20 years. Our teacher aides have all worked in schools for more than 30 years. As a school, we have transformed our curriculum through 2014 and are now moving on to looking at how we create classrooms that are digitally forward-thinking and allow our students to develop their key competencies. As part of my weekly blog for MindLab, I compared Dr. Tony Wagner's 7 skills for the future with the key competencies of the New Zealand curriculum. I believe that our competencies already closely align with these 7 skills. As a New Zealand educator, I also believe I'm lucky to work with a document that understands the need and importance for future-focused teaching and learning. As digital natives travel through the school system, they bring with them the strengths that educators and staff in schools have not met before. Because of this, teaching, and specifically what and how we teach, must also change. As part of our review processes, we have looked into our school's ICT infrastructure and our e-learning beliefs. In 2014, we invested no money into ICT, as we were waiting for leases to expire in order to make strategic decisions for 2016 and beyond. My biggest concern with introducing technologies en masse to our school through next year is whether the staff have the capacity to utilise them effectively to enhance student outcomes. Will it make the boat go faster? Or will my staff simply be using the substitution aspect of the SAMR model to replace paper? In anticipation for 2016, I started a new school WordPress website. Some teachers began classroom blogs, and the school required all teachers to build their appraisal evidence into a Google site. This seems like a lot, but all were introduced with staff meetings, and teachers could ask for help at any point from myself and one other staff member who are both Google educators. At no point this year did staff need to innovate or take the leap into new technologies or apps for themselves. On the other hand, senior students, who took part in the Dragon's Den Enterprise Challenge, created their own videos which were uploaded to YouTube, wrote blogs, and even built their own websites to sell their products. In each case, they were created without the need for teacher help. As part of this assignment, I surveyed all staff in the Year 8 classes to see which apps they had been exposed to, could use, or were a master in. I also asked if there were others I hadn't thought of, but which could be of use within the classroom. From the survey, I found that there were many differences in the use of digital media. Staff were using Google Apps, email, and Facebook more often than students. However, as more of them turn 13, I am sure the number of Facebook users will continue to rise. Students used all other apps more often than staff. There were particular differences in Minecraft, YouTube, and robotics. The 2014 research project titled Digital Technologies in New Zealand Schools, produced by Research New Zealand, contains many interesting facts, and the following one represents my own beliefs about technology. I think this accurately reflects the rapidly changing nature of technology. My teaching staff are becoming competent users of a small number of digital technologies, but this is in comparison to students who are multitasking through much wider ranges of interactive media and technology. My innovation in relation to this assignment is how can I create staff who are confident to attempt and to embed a growing range of apps and software within their classrooms. I decided to base my question this way because of the results gathered in the third part of my survey. The question asked was, how confident do you feel with modern technology? As you can see from the 2 pie graphs, 50% of students ranked themselves in the top 2 groups of new technology adopters, whereas this was only true for 18% of staff. More significant perhaps is that 46% of staff wouldn't go for a new technological device unless they were forced to. This percentage fell sharply to 16% when students responded. My plan is to organise a series of workshops for staff to attend over the last 2 weeks of school and during O Week, which is our first week in February. These 20 to 30 minute workshops will be held at lunchtime, kapa haka and assembly times, so that classes are busy and supervised. Each workshop will be planned for and run by a team of 4 Year 7 and 8 students. This will fall under their roles and responsibilities within the e-learning team. The workshops will be focused around developing staff confidence. Workshops will be advertised in the staff room and staff can sign up to them. The students will ensure they have equipment set up, logged in and software ready for the staff. The e-learning students will be asked to explain 4 things. What is the purpose of the app or game? What 5 things do you need to know about it? Why is it fun and worthwhile? And lastly, how could it be used in the classroom to enhance learning? Primarily, the session is to allow staff to have hands-on experience with new technologies and allowing the school to access our digital native knowledge base. I look forward to reflecting on whether my action plan has been successful, but also acknowledge that this is a very small window in a very busy part of the year. Questions I'll consider will be, do my staff feel able to engage in this style of workshop? Do students feel empowered? Do staff gain any new tools that they could use to enhance their practice? And how could this workshop model develop in the future? Thank you for listening to my assignment presentation. He kone mai, I roto i ngā mihi.